Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to walk you through Pages and how to maneuver and edit in Pages. There's going to be some things throughout this tutorial that I might move a little bit fast in, but know that there's probably another video that's going to help explain what I did a little bit better and slower. And remember, you can always pause and rewind and rewatch what I do. So the first thing that I did is I'm clicking on the course that I want to work in. That's going to be your sandbox, or you can create a new one to play in. I created one called Pages Tutorial just so that way I could play around and not mess any of my other stuff up. If you notice, because this is a brand new course, I don't have anything on my home page. So I'm going to come down here to Pages, and I don't have any pages added right now. So I want to create a brand new page, and that button is going to be found over on the right hand side towards the top, and it's a green button with a plus sign that says page. When I click on that, it gives me a blank template. I then can label the page that I'm working on. You're going to have many different pages because this is kind of like a website. You're creating the different pages for your website. So your home page is going to be the first thing that the kids see when they come to your Canvas page. And I will get to how to link that to your home page in just a minute. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to make it look pretty. And to make it look pretty, I have found while I've been working with Canvas is tables are my friend. A table can be found over here on the right hand side, and it's the dark four boxes, and it says table, and it's just like in Word or anything like that where you can click and you can add a table. For this instance, I'm just going to do a one-celled table, and I'll explain why in a minute. So the first thing that I want to be able to do is I want the kids to look at a classroom. Yes, I'm jumping on the Bitmoji craze, but I have found just a, whoops, sorry, you didn't see that. Just a simple classroom. I will be sharing these templates that I have found online with you guys in another video. So let's say this is the one that I want to choose. I am going to add that in, and again, I'm moving fast on this one because this is something that's going to be in another video. So I'm just trying to teach you how to use the rich content editor right now. So I've created my table, and if you can see over here, my little cursor is moving. I'm then going to add in a media, and in this triangle this rectangle with a triangle inside with a music note, I'm going to drop down that box and I'm going to click upload. And then I'm going to embed. Embed is going to be my friend. That is how I'm going to get everything in most of the time, is to embed, unless it's just a plain old picture. So I'm going to click submit, and as you can see, my classroom is now here. Here's why I like to put it into a table before I upload it, and that is because now I can center it. If it was not in a table, I would not be able to center it. And I can also maybe make it a tad smaller if the numbers allowed me to. Now I can click down here, get my cursor to be moved down here, and it is not cooperating. My apologies. I am trying. There we go. Okay, so while the computer was playing weird with me, if you notice on these little buttons right here, this allows me to make my rich content editor bigger to where I can actually see what's going on. Now, let's say that I want to add in some buttons. I'm going to again go back to this table, and I'm going to click maybe a 3-button table. And I'm going to just use pictures for this instance because then I can link them to other pages. So let's go to my pictures. And I'm going to do them from my computer this time. And let's say this is the picture that I want to use. So I'm going to double click on that. It's going to come up and I'm going to click insert and it's going to do its little formatting thing. And then it's just going to be there. And then I can click on the center one and I can do the same thing. I can go up here to this button. This button is where you click upload images. And I'm going to upload. Again, I click on this and that allows me to pull up my documents from my computer. And I'm going to click on 2. And then here I'll upload a third one. And these can say anything. I'm just using the 1, 2, 3 just as a template to kind of show you what's going on. And there we go. Submit. So now I have some buttons. These buttons could say different things. They could say all about Miss Somerville. They could say how-to video. They could say let's learn. They can say all different things. Now let's say I want to actually link them to another page. So for instance, if this page right here, or this button right here, if I wanted to link it to an announcements, then I would need to make sure that I had an announcements page. I'll pause and give that just some thought. So I've showed you tables. I've showed you how to import media and import a Google slide. I'm going to click save and we'll just let this sit for a second. So this is what I want the kids to see whenever they very first come to my page. So I'm going to click view all pages. And on these 3 dots right here, I'm going to click that. Oh, I know why. Okay, sorry, back up. It has to be published. That doesn't mean the kids are going to see it until you actually publish the full course, but you have to publish it and then you click on the 3 dots and then you can say use as front page. Now you notice this little button right here comes up that says front page. If you go back to your home, it's still not there because you have to say choose home page. Then you can do pages, front page, and then it will show up. Now none of these are linked right now. And none of this in here is links or anything like that, which is fine. But let's say I want number 1 to be all about announcements. I'm going to click back on pages. I'm going to click view all pages. And I'm going to come back over here to that plus sign and I'm going to click add a page. This time I'm going to call this announcements page. I'm going to do a 1-row table, and I'm going to upload an image. And this time I have a picture that says announcements. And again, I want this centered. And then maybe I want 3 rows to where I can then type in some announcements that are going on. And that's all I want my announcements page to be. So I click save, view all pages, and now you can see I have these 2 pages. I'm going to go back to my home page. I'm going to click edit, which brings me into my rich content editor. I'm going to use my rectangle of dots over here to pull it down. That way I can see better. And then I'm going to scroll up. Now, number 1 is the one that I want to make an announcements page. Maybe I actually have the words announcements right here to where instead of it saying 1. I just used this one just to give you an idea of how to import a picture. This one right here that looks like a chain, I'm going to drop down and it says external links or course links. I'm going to click on course links. When I click on pages, if you notice my announcements page is now there and I can click it and now it is linked. I'm going to scroll down here to save. I'm going to go back to my home page. So now what happens is when I click on number 1, it takes me to my announcements page. And then I can click back to home. And let's say I want the number 2 to show all about Miss Somerville. I'm going to click edit. Nope, I'm not. I'm sorry, scratch that. Go back to pages. View all pages. Create a new page. And I'm going to label this all about Miss Somerville. And I am going to find a picture of myself. Now that's really big. I don't want it that big, so I'm going to click on it and I should be able to make it smaller. But if you noticed, I did not put it in a table. And here's why this becomes frustrating, is because if I want to, and of course it did it. But if I can't put anything here and I can't put anything here. So what I can do though is I'm going to make a 2 underneath it, because what I have done is I have created it all about me in English. And I created one in Spanish. So there's an all about me page. Now I can click save. I can go back to my home page. I can click edit. I can scroll down to number 2. Number 2 is going to be my all about me page. So again, I come up to this link, click course link, pages, all about me. So now whenever I click save and I go home, my number 2 is all about me. One last thing that I want to show you is, let's say number 3 is going to be let's learn. So I'm going to go back to pages, view all pages. I'm going to add a page and I'm going to say let's learn. Now, one thing that I have in my resources that I am going to be giving you guys, and I am sorry that I did not already have it pulled up, is a word wall template. So let's say that I want to use this word wall. In the video that shows you how to publish Google Slides into Pages, it shows you how to do this. That's why I'm going quickly through this. I'm going to go back to my canvas. I'm going to do my 1 row. And then I'm going to upload my media. Now remember, this is the pages. This is the rectangle with the triangle inside with the music note. Click embed, because embed is our friend. Paste it in there. Now what happens is I have an interactive word wall that once I save, I'm going to go ahead and save it before I add anything else in there, so that way you guys can see this. It then takes me to an interactive word wall. And that is something with Google Slides that I can add into my pages. I am almost out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video.